today's video, we will understand what psychology is as a beginner's class. All the things that we will cover in today's video is definition, history, importance, and in the end, we will have a fun fact section. Have you ever opened the fridge in search of food and closed it because you didn't find anything, but opened it again within a while, even when your brain already knows there's no food inside? Or have you ever created an entire fake argument in your head while showering? If yes, then congratulations, you're already doing psychology. Moving forward, what is psychology? Basically, things your brain does every day, without asking your permission. Let's dive more into it. People have a lot of assumptions regarding psychology and psychologists. Can psychologists read your mind? No, psychologists cannot read your mind. In fact, we barely know what's going on in our own heads. So, what is psychology? Psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. In simple words, to understand why people think what they think, feel what they feel, and do what they do. Example 1. You see someone yawn, and it's very likely that you'll yawn too. Why? It's because psychology. Example 2. Exam tomorrow, you have 5 chapters left, yet somehow, you're watching how penguins sleep. Psychology. Example 3. An animal came to you amongst many people around, and you immediately start to feel like a Disney princess. Why? Again, psychology. Excitedly? The answers to all of this are attached at the end of the video. Don't forget to watch it. Most people think psychology only includes therapy and mental illness, but it is much bigger than that. Psychology also studies thoughts, emotions, social behavior, development, learning and memory, mental health, addiction, habits, sleep, and much, much more. The 3 important elements that psychology studies are thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Simple example. Imagine you see a cockroach in your room. Thought, oh no, it's gonna fly. Your feeling, fear, panic, disgust. Your behavior, start screaming, run out of the room, jump onto the bed, or stare at it from a safe distance. Will any of it scare the cockroach or make him go away? No.
Seriously, brah?
Now let's study deep into it. Element 1, thoughts. Thoughts are the conversation happening inside your head that nobody else can hear. Every single second, your brain is interpreting the world around you, giving meaning to situations, making predictions, telling you stories about yourself and others. The important thing to understand is thoughts are not facts. They are your brain's opinion. Now, your thoughts are going to shape how you feel. For example, you didn't panic because you saw a cockroach. The reason you were scared is because you thought the cockroach might fly at you. Even if the cockroach could fly, it wouldn't possibly do any harm to you. Your fear comes less from the object and more from the story your mind created about what might happen next. The second element is feelings. Feelings are what thoughts produce inside our body. They are a sensation, and they are not just emotional, they are deeply physical. Anxiety is a tight chest and shallow breathing, grief is a heaviness that sits in your stomach. With mild surprise, drawing out the irony, excitement and fear actually produce almost identical physical sensations. Racing heart, butterflies, heightened alertness. The only difference is the story your brain is telling about what is happening. The important thing to understand is feelings are not weaknesses. They are information. Now, your feelings shape your behavior. Same example. 5 seconds ago, you were a functioning adult. Now you're standing on a chair, giving the cockroach legal ownership of your room. The feeling of being scared made you do that. When we feel afraid, we tend to avoid. When we feel angry, we tend to attack. When we feel sad, we tend to withdraw. When we feel happy, we tend to approach and engage. In other words, thoughts influence feelings. Feelings influence behavior. And behavior influences what happens next. Moving forward to element 3, behavior. Behavior is everything you do. Every action, reaction, habit, and choice. It is the most visible part of psychology because unlike thoughts and feelings, behavior can be seen by the world. The important thing to understand is behavior is almost never random. Everything you do makes sense when you understand what thought and feeling came before it. The thing to remember is thoughts produce feelings. Feelings shape behavior, and your behavior will decide what happens next.
Now, moving forward, where did psychology come from? Psychology is younger than you think. For thousands of years, it lived inside philosophy. Aristotle and Plato were asking questions about the mind as far back as 300 BC. But psychology only became an actual science in 1879, when a German scientist named Wilhelm Wundt opened the world's first psychology laboratory in Leipzig, Germany. That is why he is known as the father of psychology. That is the moment it stopped being just questions and became a science with experiments, evidence, and answers. As psychology came in 1879, it makes the field only 138 years old, which means it is still 10 years younger than Mahatma Gandhi.
Wait! Psychology is that young?
Moving forward, why does psychology matter? Psychology helps us understand ourselves, improve relationships, learn better, manage stress, build healthier habits, and understand mental health. The goal of psychology isn't to judge or manipulate people. It is to understand them. So, next time you spend 20 minutes looking for your glasses, while wearing your glasses, remember, you are not alone. You are a psychology case study. As promised, here are the answers to those examples we talked about earlier. Example 1. When you see someone yawn, you yawn because of something called mirror neurons. Mirror neurons are special cells in your brain that fire not just when you do something, but when you watch someone else do it too. And it's not just yawning. You flinch when you watch someone get hurt. In a movie or in real life, you feel uncomfortable when someone around you is visibly anxious. Mirror neurons are also the reason your baby copies your facial expression before it can even speak. Your nervous system is constantly, unconsciously, syncing with the people around you.
Answer to example 2. Why do we watch how penguins sleep when we have 5 chapters left?
It is called procrastination, but not the kind people think. Most people believe procrastination means you are lazy or you do not care. Psychology says something completely different. Procrastination, it is not a time management problem. It is an emotion management problem. Here's what is actually happening in your brain. The moment you think about those 5 chapters, your brain scans the situation and immediately detects a threat. The possibility of failure, the possibility of not being enough, the possibility of trying your hardest and still coming up short. That thought produces real anxiety. So your brain does what it was designed to do. It moves you away from the source of pain. That is known as avoidance behavior. Answer to example 3. Why do you feel like a Disney princess when an animal chooses you? Think about every Disney princess. What makes them magical in every story? It is not their dress. It is not the castle. It is that animals trust them. Birds land on their fingers. Deer walk up to them in forests. Squirrels sit on their shoulders. It symbolizes that the person is kind, pure, and has positive energy. And deep in human psychology, being chosen by a creature that cannot speak, cannot lie, and has no social motive is one of the purest forms of validation a person can receive. Your brain receives that moment as unconditional acceptance.
Now it's time for a fun fact section. Have you ever suddenly felt anxious, but couldn't explain why? Maybe your heart was racing, or your chest felt tight, and someone asked, "What's wrong?" But your answer was simply, "I don't know." Interestingly, your body can sometimes begin reacting before your conscious mind has figured out what triggered it. Your brain is constantly scanning your surroundings for possible threats, even things you don't consciously notice. By the time you become aware that you're anxious, your body may have already started preparing for danger. Sometimes your body knows before your conscious mind catches up.
Thank you for watching.